Well, here we go. Number four. Number four. I have to keep saying it or I'll forget it. Number four is just beginning. Get some oxygen here so we can breathe a little bit. Hey, I'm back again. I think I'll cut that first part off because it probably made as much sense as anything else I'm going to say. And if I try to cut it off knowing the way I do things, I'll cut everything off except that. So you'll probably get it all. Okay. Today has been a kind of a very beautiful day. I started out in the morning going with Audrey and Rose to go for their run. And Rose kicked up a deer, and Audrey was worried about 3 minutes because she didn't see her, but because Rose likes to chase deer. And so anyway, I waited in the car, of course, and they had a great time. Audrey said after the first run with her, she said, I said, well, how was it? She said, well, that sucks. I said, what? And she said, yeah, I realized that I'm going to want to do that every day for the rest of my life, and I'm not going to be able to, because the dog won't be here. So anyway, maybe I'll leave the dog. I'm not through with her yet. I've still got to do a lot of learning from her. I hope she doesn't bite me real bad. Whew, I never thought about that. I shouldn't do these whatever they're called, because I think about things, and that wasn't very pleasant. I've heard her growl a couple times, which actually made me wonder who's really inside that little carcass, this little dog, Is that an alligator or a wolverine? Or maybe a little of both. I don't know. But anyway, what was I going to talk about today? I really wasn't going to talk because I didn't want to do this. And this is a number four, one that I didn't want to do. And the rest of them I did. I wanted to do them. The delusions of grandeur. You go do it, and you'll sleep good tonight. Well, I did sleep good last night. And so maybe that's subconsciously, that's the reason I'm doing this, because I like sleeping for many years of my life. I won't tell you how much I slept because you won't believe me, but it was very little. And like some other things I'm complaining about. But anyway, the people that know me know what I'm talking about. Tiny Tim. But anyway, I do feel obligated to do this, and I think I've made you suffer enough, so no, I ain't done with you yet, man. Come on, again. If I am the king of the A double crooked letter hole, if you're staying with me, you'll be sorry. If you ain't sorry, I haven't done it long enough. You just haven't been listening to me. If you're not sorry, so what a good start, man. I'm just seeing people just. Well, there was one I saw, but I think that's the first one I saw. One clip came on, It lasted about 3.2 seconds. Click! Off it went, It didn't. There's some people that are smart, they can just look at something and say, no. And, but I'm after people like you that like to be miseralized. That's a new word. Not mineral, but miserableized. That's a new word I came up with. Well, people come up with new words. And one that I left out, but one of the other things I did was I left out my most famous word where we like we have new words, I don't know. I'm not against people calling other people by their pronouns or their nouns, or and I went to school and I learned what a pronoun was. And to be quite honest about it, when I read about, my pronouns are this and this, I'm trying to figure out what is a pronoun. So I just kind of have to, if I'm ever in that situation, I'll always say, I'm sorry, I can't hear. And if they really push me, I'll say, I'm sorry, I can't think. Then I'll be telling the truth both ways, so, well, kind of, I can hear if I have my hearing aids in. And if I can't hear, it's because I don't want to. And that's the way I am when I take these out, man. It's like, whoop, it's quiet. But I do have a little bit of, I've been reading about it lately, about the tinnitus. It's called something else. They call it something else. Like that. I call it tinnitus. I've had a long time. I can call it what I think I've been calling it. And just because it's wrong, that's okay. Tinnitus is what I got. And one time I tried to count the different noises, the different cheeps, and I don't really have I got sirens, but they're way high. They're not like the kind that you hear on the fire truck. These are way up there. The little cheeps and the little crooked ones, and there's just there's a lot of them, And for some reason, I think it's blood pressure, but for some reason, if I'm, whatever it is, I don't know, it just, like right now, of course, I'm thinking about it, it's really loud. But most of the time, I don't even know it. It's kind of like, the freedom, like you probably may not know what freedom is or appreciate it until you lose it, or if you don't have it and then you get it, you get a little bit more freedom or a lot more freedom. And like, why would people come to this country, and it couldn't be because it's a good, I mean, the way everybody talks about it, it's a bad place. I mean, kind of a bad place. I'm stupid. I think it's a wonderful place, So it must not be. I mean, the way I think and the way it really is usually different. Sometimes it takes me 30, 40 years to learn it's this way. And for 30, 40 years, I know it's that way. And then I'd find out, no, it's this way. So I ain't trying to tell anybody I know anything. Well, I do know something. I do know that I don't know very much. So I do know something. There was a time when I think I didn't know nothing. I thought I knew a lot, everything maybe, I don't know, a lot. And then there's times when I come back to reality, and for some reason I'm clicking in, I can feel it. I'm thinking good now. It don't happen often for very long, but sometimes then I realize I sure blew that one. I sure blew that one. Oh, I say that a lot. I sure blew that one. And then people ask me, well, why'd you do that, or why'd you say that? I get same answer all the time, man. Because I'm stupid, man. Stupidest person I know. And I seem to get along quite well with it, If I'm in circumstances where I find myself most of the time, I'm happy. And the only problem I have with that is the smile. Walk in someplace, I'm happy to be there, And normal people don't smile all the time. But maybe I'm just trying to be normal, and not smile. I don't think I want to be normal. I think I want to be the way I am. I mean, I know I'm very thankful to be the way I am. And that kind of helped me you know, it didn't make me be any more the way I am, but it was kind of nice to know that I like it. I like being happy, and that's a ridiculous thing just to want to be happy. That's why I want to do it. I want to be happy. So I try to do things that will help me to be happy. I don't drink coffee at night. You know, I've learned all these things not by reading them. I've read them, but by doing them. You know, doing these things a lot of times. It's a slow process. Many lessons, the same lesson, many times. Yeah. So, but I do know that I learn. And then I do know that I forget a lot of times too. I have to do it again. But I'm thankful. So, the message of the day, I will tell you tomorrow. I promise. I will tell you tomorrow the secret of peace and serenity. And I've decided that on the seventh day, because that's the day of, you know, that's the number of completion. Whoa. That on the seventh day, what the hell was that? I will sing a song. And when I sing a song, everything is going to turn out good in my world. That must be the day they're going to drop a bomb or a meteor. No, I don't think so. But everything is supposed to start looking like really good. That's what I believe. I know it's BS, I know that, but I can't help it. That's what I believe. And I hope I'm right. Yeah. That number 4, in the bag. Or they don't even call it that. I'm done. I remember the other day I yipped and hollered because I was over with it. But today, it's not such a big deal. I'm just glad I got to see this later.